cities are complex systems. It's impossible to pick apart the parts and see what each agent in the system is doing. We need to consider the system as a whole. In Katrina, after the earthquakes, the backup generators of the groundwater pumping stations were behind the levees. When the levees fell, the generators were flooded, and the groundwater pumping stations failed. So sort of one failure leading to another and having cascading impact. Okay, so I'd like to close by not a pessimistic, but not an optimistic, but a pessimistic note. And I'd like to tell you what keeps me awake at night. And what keeps me awake at night is the prospect of a Tohoku-like event, a direct hit of a big earthquake on a big Asian city like Jakarta or Manila or Ulaanbaatar. If you look at human history, 85% of deaths from earthquakes have happened along the southern margin of the Eurasian plate. You talk to any seismologist and they'll say it's ripe for one. I mean, Padang is, we expect the next big one to happen in Padang, God forbid. But so what should be done? I would like to see a phased, time-bound seismic retrofitting program for critical infrastructure like schools, hospitals, bridges, but also for housing. We have a great program in Istanbul, and I'd encourage everyone to go and see that, of retrofitting of public infrastructure. It's remarkably cost-effective. You can retrofit and renovate a school, 5 schools, for the cost of 1 new one. So it's really a great program. Unfortunately, we haven't cracked the code on housing yet. Governments don't want to subsidize retrofitting of housing, and people often don't have the money or don't want to do it. So that's really the one thing that we need to figure out how to do. But just to conclude, I'd say that a time-bound seismic retrofitting program in high-risk countries is really, really our top priority.